It is time for our regular Tuesday stream. We'll wait for this to load up and do a sound test. Time for our regular Tuesday stream. We'll wait for this to load up and do a sound test. Alright, sounds good. We can turn that down. Okay, so where we left off yesterday was, again, we're just trying to clean up some of these widgets and stuff. So if we go to this blueprints, we got this core, we got this base, we got this base core stuff. You just want to get rid of these, and this is going to have all the rest of them. So reference viewer, and this references all these things here. But the fact that we can just hit the delete button and it doesn't complain worries me a bit, because we didn't grab everything from it yet. So let's go through the basics. So class defaults has all these bases that we're gonna have to go through afterwards, and it has a gameplay map location and a game instance reference. Class defaults, we're gonna have a lot more. We have this and that, and we have our own. Good. Then we have class settings, or from the game mode. Class settings, or from the game mode, and they're relatively the same. Then we're starting down. We'll clear all this stuff here for now. Want to make this bigger a bit. And so base, we go to the event graph. We have these posts, and that's what we did last time for sure. So construction graph, construction script. Yeah, we already took this. That's the base reference. That's the same. All right. Now we're on the event graph. And we have player handle connection, disconnection, handle and disconnection, and it just kind of looks like that. We can probably zoom in the same way. We have a little extra stuff, but that's fine. Disconnections, and we got the connections, right? And now we could double check the connections. We're just getting all PCs, and we're getting all player controllers, right? Looks good. And so we go to the disconnection. We're just casting to the base player controller, and we're getting all PCs. Well, here we're going to disconnect. We're casting to the PC lobby controller, and we're removing all elite PCs. And we're just returning. So that's good. Close that, and that's it for the main graph. So that would be all this. Then we go to manage, kick player. We're just also getting the player controller, casting that to the lobby and kicking the player. So again, we're gonna scroll down this. I put it in connections. We're casting it to the player controller and kicking it from the lobby. Now, casting this is a heavy cost, but we have to cast in here from what I'm still tracking, because we don't actually know the actual player until here. So we want to get this player class, the specific player, because there's some things that might not be replicated, and we just want to make sure that if it isn't reliably replicated, that we're getting the right player class. We're getting the player controller, that specific player controller. We're getting that specific player controller's lobby. And same with the handle player, what's the kick player? We are doing the disconnect, right? Same with the disconnect. We are having to cast in here because we're getting this specific player that we're getting his information from. And so we're removing that specific lobby type player from players. But again, because we're not actually using a lobby, I might end up testing coming back and just not using a player like the lobby at all. So I don't think we need to be using the player controller. We could just be using the player controller or casting to player controller instead of the specifically lobby class. I don't think we need the actual full lobby class. And in this case, we just wouldn't. This is of type player controller. Oh, I guess we'd still need the kick method from here, because the regular player controller would not have the kick method. Alright. But this one, I'm not too sure if we need that there. Alright. So after the kick, we have the handle and the disconnect. We're just going to ignore those because we literally just did those twice. So after that, we have server travel to gameplay map. And so here we have server travel to gameplay map. We're going to just check this guy here. That's the advanced session version, and this is just the regular session version. If it's not valid, we're doing this. If it is valid, we're just going to take out that exclamation, that question mark for now. There we go. So we have this server, and the next is server travel to lobby. And again, it is server traveling just simply to lobby, and we don't have this server travel lobby. So we'll start off with grabbing it. We will right click, copy. We'll go here, and we will map travel, paste function, server travel to lobby. And just like this guy, we kind of want to do this. I could actually break this now. That's not going anywhere. Okay, I don't want to do this. Copy this. And we should already have the game instance by this point. And here we're just going to do base lobby. And only if it fails we're going to go do this. But even then, this is going to be changed. Because if we're looking at this, we are looking kind of more to like this area here. And it would still be just our, but it wouldn't even be our gameplay levels. It would be outside of it. Fighting home, levels, and we have our base lobby just in levels. So it would be fighting home. So we can copy this. Server travel. Paste that. And it would be base lobby. Just like that. Just wanted to make sure that was all the same. So then we got the travel to done. Then we have some players, spawning player, and finding random player start. We don't have those functions here. So we could add those. Copy. Function. Paste. Cancel, so we have to get the player start first. Copy function. Paste. Sorry, it's always sick. Oh, never ending sickness will never go away. You're right. And now we could get this this method here. And what we just have to do is click on this guy here and just paste that there. Now they're kind of fixed. Because there might be more player stuff later on. Not too sure. If we check these here, it's just finding a player start. And setting them. Find random play starts. So it searches for all actors with the name player start. Sets a variable called player starts, which is an array of player starts. Is this a local variable over here as well. Because sometimes we'll just make it a local variable. It is, okay. So it's gonna get a random player start. It's just gonna get the length of how many player starts there are. Subtract that length by 1. So because it will always because all the arrays in computer language includes 0. So 0 is actually 1 in this case. And it's going to choose a random number from 1 to the max amount of the array. It's going to get all those player slots with that identity number. It's going to get that transform or the position of that and return it. So that's all that is. So that's done. And spawn player. In this case, we will have to change spawn player because we will have our new player. This is spawning his old style player. And destroying whatever the player was before. And this is the find player node, which we know will find a random location. Player. This is not a local variable. Oh, it's getting it from here. It's whatever was given. And this player is a player controller. So we'll get 3. So now our base lobby has most of the stuff. We just gotta confirm variables. Default root, string location, and all players, and the reference. Default root, all players, the string location. So it has everything. So now if we delete this guy, we won't lose anything. We'll save all content and play. Alright, so this guy will host. And this guy will join. Alright. So I still have the advanced stuff I was testing out set up here, so that's why it's taking so long. It's a little bit longer because it's just doing a random. And we'll just want to change this here. And I'll run over here. And I'll ready up this guy. Could say the same actually. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're over here. Hit enter. Go game settings. Infected. This is all working still. And I can start the game because it's still all working. So we had no errors, nothing, and we successfully eliminated one of the things there. We're still getting that connection lost, which is fine. Alright. I should have been able to actually just hit escape and ended it. So the next thing we want to get rid of is this game state base. So if we hit the delete button, we'll notice this is just a game state lobby. So we want to open this, and we could get rid of some of these things right now. And we'll come back to them. Game state base, find and home, modes, the lobby mode, blueprints, core. We got, it's not there actually. Main menu, lobby game mode. Must still be over here. Blueprints, core, base, oh nope, core, lobby, core, the game state. There we go. Since we've already opened this up, we could actually go back to modes, lobby, blueprints, core, sure, and we can move this here. F2, do base, lobby, game state. We'll just do a couple of fixed up redirectors. So fix up redirectors, blueprints, core, lobby, core, and this is empty, so we should be able to get rid of this now. Boom. But we want to open up this base lobby game state, which comes from here. We're going to be doing open up full blueprint. So there's nothing here. This comes from base, nothing here. So look here, nothing here. We're going to switch this here. So when we go here, we go to here. This comes from the game state. We're going to make this come from the game state. Reparent. So now they're the same. Since these two classes are the same, we'll start going to this list. And again, I prefer to start at the construction, even though the construction isn't technically first. It is just what happens first. It happens before even begin play. And so they both have nothing. Then we'll go to the event graph. The event graph. in our event graph, we are getting game mode, which is the current game mode, which is fine, and we have a bunch of stuff. For the space, nothing's going. This has nothing. There's nothing in here. Then we're going down to variables. Construction we already seen, and defaults there. Construction already seen. We definitely have components default. So this should be easy enough to get rid of now. So if I go back to blueprints, core, base, core, we should be able to hit the delete button just in its references, but that's it. And that it's actually not being used. Oh, easy enough. So if I go back to blueprints, core, lobby, player, we have these two that need to come over, and we'll move them here, and we'll fix up redirectors. So we'll go back out, we'll go fix up redirectors, fix up redirectors, blueprints, core, lobby, player, and we shouldn't need this anymore. And it recognizes that, so it allows us to delete this pretty easily. Recognize that, so it allows us to delete that pretty easily. Bam. Now we want to get rid of these guys here. So we have this player controller base, which actually has a decent amount of stuff in it. We want to look up our base. So that is this one here. Call this base, lobby, player controller. And again, like before, we want to check out the defaults as a widget reference, which is blank. Widget reference is which are blank, that's fine. Camera 20 and stuff. Camera 20 and stuff. So like a lot of this stuff just looks like it's all defaulted. Like sometimes you could scroll down and be very nitpicky about everything, but I've been pretty max relaxed because I know a lot of this stuff is just defaulted. So we're going to move to the settings. Like I said, this setting just a player controller, so we'll switch this to actually just player controller. And then so we'll go here. This has PP chat, so we'll add component chat. And then we'll start with a construction script, which is just blank. Construction script, which is just blank, that's fine. Swing this over here. Swing this over here. Then we'll start with our then we'll do our graphs, which this one will be the event graph. So everything in here will be there. We don't have a parent, so we're just going to be looking into the parents to make sure we have everything that's there. One of the big things they have in the parent is just setting it to game mode. So there's just no mouse hanging about. focus input on game only, but we might not want to do that because we are actually accessing the menu right away. When we log in, we'll have the character customizer pop up. So we do not want to set it to game only. We do want it to have UI. So we could actually scrap this as our base lobby. We don't need that. Alright. We got this chat widget here. We could hit F2 and rename this to chat blueprint component. And now we see this edit, so we know that it's actually got that component saved over even after the move. I'll just fit this in nicely here. And that is in the component itself. This is the whole blueprint. So that's just so we have chat. Alright. So we don't need anything else in the setup. So that is good. Then after that we have our input graph. We did change the construction script somehow on both of these guys again. Input graph, and we'll do our input graph. So this one we have this chat button. Doesn't look like there's an error here, so we could grab that over here. Focus chat. We just want to grab this here though, and we'll do focus chat. Again, this is deprecated, so we normally wouldn't be doing this. This is toggle lobby button. And we got this pause menu. So we could still cancel. Toggle pause menu is a function. So we will copy this function. We'll attempt to, because we could be going down a rabbit hole. So paste function. Oh, it worked. So, okay. Try this again. Control C. Go back here. Control V. We got that in there fine. There's going to be more errors there, and we'll come across those when we do. So again, this is a chat function from here. So we said focus chat. That's going to bring up this blueprint. We don't want to get into that. Here is this toggle widget blueprint here. So this here toggle widget blueprint was in widget creation. Right there, and we'll do toggle game, toggle game menu. We'll go into toggle game menu, and the same thing here. So this has the game menu variable references. So we will copy this. Paste variable. We'll get this widget references. So compile. There we go. So if this is valid, we are going to remove it. And we've already tidied this up, it looks like. Not too sure why I didn't just put that there. Almost either it's confusing whether we did or not. Looks like we almost did. Oh, Control Z. Yep. All right. Three. Can't really move that down anymore because there's another thing right underneath it. Yeah, maybe he actually just kind of neatly did this one for the first time. Usually there's so many guys who are just not neatly doing their blueprints. So, but if it's not valid, we are going to make it. And we could just go straight in. Don't need that. It's already nice and tidy there. Huh? That's pretty neat already. And there's no more problems here. So that's the toggle done. So that's that. If we close this, go back to our input graph. I'm not too sure what happened. Construction. Go back to our input graph. That's all there is to it. So input graph is done. Then we have our widget graph. As you can see, it's just the one function. So we go up to our widget graph, and we have a little bit more functionality here. But we are concerned with the create travel loading login screen. Make sure we have that. Connected players, game mode, update map, customizer panel, server name, launch, ready up, indicator, and player list. We do not have this login screen, so we will try to copy this. We might need this widget here. This function here. So this is create loading travel screen. So we'll copy this function before we just run into that problem. There might already be a cleanup UI. That function was in widget creation, and it's not here. So we'll try to paste this function. It never likes to copy full things here. We'll compile, and we'll do that. So we should be able to grab this now. We'll see. Go back to our widgets here. Not even going to straighten this up. We do not have a cleanup UI. Manage cleanup UI. Copy. Alright, manage. Again, we'll try to paste function here. And it just went to manage. Copy. And we'll go here. Widgets. Manage. And widget. Manage. There we go. And now we should be able to do this. We got copy UI, clean UI, and we have the toggle menu. So we should be able to go back to this guy and go here. Just kind of paste here. This not being in the corner a little grinds my gears and stuff, but we'll worry about that some other time. Of course, we have to go through these guys just to make sure that things are good. That's pretty basic. I'm just going to do that though. And we have this guy here. Again, this is one of the things, all things considered, it's pretty neat if I didn't tidy this up. So we can leave it as is, and that's fine. So that's those two done. And then we just got our disconnection here, which we don't have, but this should be easy to copy over. There's nothing specific, so and that's already the same, so that should be fine. So with the graphs out of the way, on to the menus. So toggle we didn't get this in-game viewport one though. Copy, but we must have it. Because wasn't that earlier? Oh, I guess not. So yeah, I thought that was when we were on creation or something, though. This toggle is in viewport. We're actually not using this method here. We're actually just using the default engine version. Alright, we can still put it into manage anyway. Paste function. We're going to need this. And I won't be able to, I will be able to change that. There we go. And it's literally just doing this same thing. But if it's something, if somebody outside this menu needs that game menu, we'll be able to see it. Alright. And then chat and the widget. Obviously, we know we have now components chat and we have the widget. So we have everything. So we should be able to delete this. So, unfortunately, we have to go through all the things. Base PC. Game instance. Player state, not player controller. This is all spawn. This is all spawn, not methods. Handle connections. All controllers is just a basic player controller. There we go. OC create map loading screen, but now it's for base. So that's probably where I missed it. Stuff like that. That's good. Now it's just this base PC. So we get rid of you. Now where? It's probably these things here. In viewport. Oh, this is where those are used. There you have it. Should be able to get rid of it now. There we go. And lastly, we got this player control, player state, and I've also changed this to base lobby player state. So this is normal. We'll quickly just dive to this here. Construction script, good, good. Nothing either. Class defaults. Can host game. Get some player data and stuff like that here. So we'll have to look into that. Class settings. It's player state here. Class settings. We want this to be player state. So player state. All right. And we will start with the event graph here. So you begin play, we have OC inits, OC inits. Execute on client. That's specific. Executes on client. Executes on client. And begin play runs that init. So our begin play needs to run that init. So we'll see. Actually got the tame. We'll change it now. Initialize owning client. And then we'll do initialize owning client, which is a method. It's actually that event that we're calling right off the beginning of begin play. So right off the bat, we are going to initialize the owning client. Put this down. And his initialize was blank, but we actually have some stuff we want to do. We want to load the player. This is where we want to load our profile, and we want to load our appearance. Okay, we don't have those, so we need to get those methods. We just have player data. Are we overriding this? We'll have to look into that guy. And so we put this under player data. So we'll paste this. Cancel. So we have some methods here that we need in the event graph before we continue. We do not have these. We'll stick these over to the side here. And these are on notify variables in the player data. So we need those. This is the player state. So I feel like placing player on everything is kind of redundant. So we will copy, paste variable. We will take with that. We'll just have connection inf So player connection info on replicate. We'll just get this here. And that way we know that this is the actual right replication. So we should be able to delete this now. User profile. So we need to get user profile. We'll copy this and we will paste variable. And we want to make sure we got the right one, so we will do user profile. Yes, we with the proceed. We will replicate on notify. And then we have this one here. And so, yeah, we can now delete this guy. The last one is on appearance. So we'll copy the appearance, paste variable, if2, yes, and notify. We got appearance there now. Appearance a little bit bigger, Control C. I would prefer to go under instead of over. bring this down. I want to be able to make sense of it when we have to get rid of it later. So we have our own character appearance, not this guy's. There we go. And that's on rep. This better be on our rep. Yeah. So we can delete this on rep. And then now we should be able to grab these guys just as an example of what to do. We'll put it over here. So custom events on server. It says execute on server. Update. We don't need player. Contact information. And we are getting this contact info. And we are setting contact info with notification. Same here. It says on server, so we know it's on server. Update, yes, but we don't need the player. Do need to know that it's a user profile. And then we will, again, all I'm doing is alt click dragging. So it's the set with notify. Oop, that's appearance. So alt click dragging. This is the profile. We're setting the profile with notification. Setting the appearance with notification. And again, I don't need SR because I already know it's a server only. We'll do appearance. I don't need player because this is in the player state, so we know it is the player that we're talking about. Nice and neat here. With that all fixed up, I think that was the player user profile that grabbed that. Yeah, user profile. So we should be able to go to user profile now and hit copy. And we should be able to paste this function. Do nothing confirm. And we'll do update player user profile. Target is self. And we gotta sort this out anyway. Oops, and Control D, duplicate. False just goes in here. And user profile just goes in there. And we will delete that. And 3 from the bottom there. There we go. All right. And we want to kind of fix up the naming convention for this. So this is player data, which makes sense. Or load user profile would be in player data. But we also want to change this. This is not how I like to do this. More like that. Override the as I see here. But we won't need to override from the base because we'll just get the base. So we'll still just throw this in there. File. If it is the server, and we will get update connection info. True goes here, and that goes there. We'll just do client ready status. Again, it's just update connection info. We don't need this here either. In this case, we'll actually give it some space. There we go. We'll just still keep it the same. What we might need to do is we might need to do load player connection info and throw this in here, and we might just need to copy and paste this. Just attach that like that. I see. This variable gets set by the and called can host force game. This variable gets set by the and again, this is just on default, so the default, if the host can't force the game, then that won't be set. There we go. So I should be able to just delete this guy. No, we'll have to find out where this is in use. We'll find. And we'll see if other classes are using it. Nope. And there we go. We cleaned that up. Nice. Now, could we get the user profile? We'll try to copy this. And oh, we already have load user profile actually. It's not airing because it's been attached, but we still need to get that one. So get appearance. And this is update appearance. Tree. Bring this down. And put the return node there. 1, 2, 3. load player appearance. And we'll just drag that out. No control or alt needed for that. And there we go. This is all cleaned up. So we should be able to close a lot of this off here. We'll close a lot of these guys off here. So this guy, I think player state was the most confusing or hectic out of all of them. So we got the event graph now done and all the notifies set. Event graph now done and all the notifies set. And then we did these on reps. Can be overwritten in the child, but we wouldn't be overriding them because we have them right here. And I guess that is just when these are called load, yeah, connection, user profile, whatever these methods here. So yeah, if you're doing different connections for different things, we would just do these connections here instead. We don't need to override these guys. But normally, yeah, you add a method to it, and you'd have that method, and then when you have the parent, you can override that method. Yeah, sure. But yeah, no need. And that's the on reps there. And then it's just these three variables, which we have those there, which are these three variables are in the player data tab, so we can do that. Instead of default player data, we could toss them all in there. So that's it. This has all the player state base. So should now be able to delete this, and there's a couple of different things that are using player state base. Such as the game state base is somewhere using the player state base. Right here, for example. And we just want to cast to lobby. Connection info. User profile. And appearance. Should be able to break this. Delete that. Should be able to connect this. Delete that. We should be able to connect this. Delete that. Then the for each root on player array should have nothing to do with anything here, so we should be able to connect that. We should be able to connect that. Should be able to get rid of this now and bring these three down. Just like that. Just bring this up a little bit, at least for now, instead of fixing everything. But so that's connected players. We'll open up lobby and we'll take out connected players. This is connected players. Player list. That's PC. That's fine. Status indicator. It's PC. That's fine. Launch event. That's PC. That's fine. Ready up. That's PC. That's fine. Server name. There we go. Server name. So again, we would cast to lobby player state, and we want to connect this to here, connect this to here. Connection info, connect that to here, and user profile, connect that to here. Should be able to delete these now. This is not attached to anything except for that, which is already replaced. So we should be able to bring these guys in. And that's that. Continue on our way here. Reset player, and we'll start doing this here. So this is good. Reset player. Base player state. This is already base player state, so that's good. Let's get rid of that. Nope, nothing. That was current game settings, current map. Nope. Is everybody ready? Nope. Local copy. That's the game instance. These are on reps, so these shouldn't have player states. Maybe it's base. This is on rep map, game mode, game settings, ready for launch, and we are on launching. This is base lobby. Connected players and server name. That's base. Nope. And that should be everything. So we hit delete now. Just down to 2. And that's the character stuff. Looks like it's going to be in one of these functions here. Active tab. Nope. Setup, which is one of these load. Nope. Load. Nope. Updates. Refresh widget. It's one of these loads. Find current. Here we go. Ooh, base lobby player state. space lobby player state. So I think this is a compile and save. I think this just needs to refresh. No, we just need appearance. Compile. We just need appearance. That's it. It's good to go. And the other one, if we hit delete, should be just one left. Most likely it's probably going to be the same thing. What is this? Appearance. Not too sure what happened there. Appearance. And so we hit delete now. There's nothing being used anymore. We save all. We go back, do a couple redirectors. Save all. And now we will test to make sure that everything's still functioning. So we will host game. And we should be able to join game. Just give it a sec. Change appearance. Hit tab. I can ready up. Everything set and works. So if I over here confirm. Ooh. I see my guy. I can hit tab. I can switch settings. It updated on this guy. Good. Start Okay. And we're getting the load on both screens. Oh. And again, we got the classic disconnect because of which oops, didn't hit that. So just close here. And we will just close there. Alright. So that's a pretty good win. Got some of that stuff migrated over. So we can go back to these folders now. Oops, not that folder. Folder 1 will be blueprints, core, base. Player is no longer being used, so we can delete that. We delete that. And we want to switch out this character now. It's being used by these guys here. So just like everything, if we click on this guy, we hit delete. So yeah, it was the base game mode. So we want to find where the character is being used. We want to eliminate the character completely because we will not be using him at all. Won't see him in any of these. Respawn, spawn character. And we're just going to change this to our CC customizable character. And we don't need that. And so we go back, delete this, and it's this base pawn. Construct, no, ready, no, get ready, no, we'll end up opening a bunch and closing a bunch of these things. No, load profile, no, I have a feeling it's going to be in this appearance. Date appearance. It's game state. Here we are. We're casting to this character here. We're just gonna break this. And setting the mesh, we're just not going to do any of this stuff. And I'm going to delete this guy. No longer in use. So we got rid of that guy. Game modes lobby. I will do data tables as a folder. I'll move this all over here. Fix up redirectors. And before we just go in and remove the folder, which we can do, I want to actually check out these things. So accessories, we open the accessories. It has the cone hat, the different hats and stuff like that. It's really for customizing his character with delete. This is the accessories. Available accessories. And for now, we will choose like female apparel. Female apparel. Oh, you have glasses, don't we? Yeah, we just got male apparel and female apparel. This is on create widget. We're looking for a hat accessory. Structure. So find references, get hat accessory structure here. We're not really going to be using this character customizer appearance. We really want to remove this hat accessory. nothing to do with the hat accessory. We're just going to actually eliminate. So we can actually just eliminate the find references. Yes, I want to delete it. You're working fine. Where are you looking for this hat accessory? So go back to finding home, game modes, lobby, data tables, accessories, not used anymore. Available avatars. These are pictures. We will keep those. Available characters. Yes, so the different colored characters, we're not using these guys. So looks like it's just this customizer thing again. Find references. Available characters. So again, we'll switch to another one. Female, male outfits. There's apparel and there's outfits. Yeah, we'll do male apparel. And we'll have to open up this guy. And we'll have to find out where this character one is. And we'll just delete everything to do with this character. Most likely we'll be deleting this widget soon because a lot of it just won't be hooked up. And so you do this here. And we'll go delete this here. Well, we'll find first. Find references, none. Then we'll delete this. Yes. Compile. This one looks good. Compile. We will break this link. And we will break that. There we go. Oops, we have this doubled here. Oh, no, we do want finding home. Game modes, lobbies. This available characters. No, it's nothing. Now we want our avatars, we want our game modes, and we want our gameplay maps. So, but we'll change this to available profile pictures data table. Actually change it to display. Available game modes, data table. And then available gameplay maps, data tables. Here we go. And again, we'll find our way out here and we'll fix up redirectors. One thing I do want to test again. But I do want to lobby widgets. This is game modes, lobby widgets. Oh no, it's menu. Right. So I want server browser, item, and I guess I just want to go to join a session. And I guess I just want to break this link. Break this link. Oh, this is still technically hooked up to. It was still connected. This is what I needed to do. And the other is the host game. We want our sessions. This one here. which still has a loading screen and everything. Yeah. And test it. Should be a little bit quicker. Sorry, just snagging a drink. Host. Join. Oh, stuck it there. Oh, there's a refresh button I could hit. Join. There we go. Over here. Ready up. Confirm. So do people. Oh. Just the guy. Tab, game settings. Switches up. And again, we'll just close it there. So everything still seems to be working. Good. Alright, and we want this one up. So we can now delete this data. Save game. I think we need the profile as well as the settings, because we do have settings here that we're saving. So this should be of type save game, or it's just a blueprint class. Yeah. So finding home, game modes, lobby, blueprints, core, copy here. Oh, okay, hit Control Z. No, Control Y, or edit, redo. I want to delete these. I want to move these here. And they'll affect all the classes and stuff like that. And I want to rename these to settings, save game BP. And profile save game BP. And its native parent class is save game, so you can see that. That's what it is. And this, we actually don't care about this guy's parents. So it's in the base function library. Save game. Get appearance. This is where he calls the appearance. So we're going to just hit delete here. Yes. And save appearance. Hit Control Z, save appearance. Yeah. I just want to actually delete. So I should actually get some errors here. Let's just do viewport. There we go. Load appearance, I'm guessing. Yep. Just jump down this rabbit hole a little bit deeper. Actually, just remove update appearance completely for now. We'll continue down this quick rabbit hole here. And what I will be doing, because it's already 11 o'clock, is I will be fixing this up for sure before we come back next time, and I'll hopefully have a lot of the Steam stuff set up so we can really test. Oh wow, no errors, really? Nothing's really calling that save data anymore? Alright, yeah, I'll just be testing this stuff and going through it. So I should be able to delete this is what it's saying. Yeah, I guess nothing uses this anymore. Boom. And we'll be doing more thorough testing. And since we can go to content, fix up redirectors, and we'll save all. But yeah, I will be slowly eliminating this folder here completely, and then diving in and just tidying stuff up with you guys, and we'll eliminate these folders probably if we can. Brushify, we'll be going through Brushify because some of the stuff I just don't need, like these alpha brushes and stuff. We'll see where they're used, and we'll try to get rid of as much stuff as we can and tidy things up. Brushify is a pretty big set of things, so don't know if I'll be able to get rid of everything from Brushify, but we'll try to tidy things up. But till then, I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a good one. Ciao.